Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the great movement, the unplugging or depugging movement. That means to get off your cell phones and the computer. So why am I talking about this? If you think about it, let's go back to COVID. Everybody was trapped at home trying to do the right thing, where you either watched a lot of TV, you were doom scrolling on your cell phone, or you on the computer looking up stuff, watching stuff all the time. Some people read books, but for the most part, this is how everybody spent their time, right? You were stuck at home and you were very isolated. So that time has come and passed at this point. So a lot of people are getting back into trying to live life. And the easiest thing to do is really to unplug from the cell phone and from social media. Why? Because this is the greatest unforeseen addiction right now in humanity. People can't stop. They walk around like zombies looking at their phones. Their posture is really bad. People go to the gym and don't even work out. They sit on a piece of equipment and scroll for 10 minutes and then move to the next machine. People are so addicted to it and they don't know it. And this is why I think there's a lot more psychological problems now, more than ever, where it's so obvious, because of course the division with the politics, the mass hypnosis, the brainwashing, and most of all, the information that's put out there, especially from mainstream media, is completely divisive and hateful. So what can you do to help reel back your peace and your sanity? The easiest thing you could do is unplug. So what are some things that you can do? I'll take some examples from my book, A Warrior in the World, Spiritual Samurai. Okay, so what does that mean? Being a warrior in the world is being somebody that could stand their ground, be stable, be at peace, live life to the fullest for what you're intended to be here for, your life's purpose. Okay, so I'm going to take some examples because some people now, they're like, well, what do I do when I go out? How do I keep myself busy without being on my cell phone doom scrolling all day? So I'm going to give you some ideas. And I am an introvert and I was very shy. So it's hard for me to go out and do a lot of things. So I remember at one point I did something that was really difficult for me at first, but then I loved, which was going to take salsa classes. That was talking about socially awkward. That was very difficult for me. But me and my friend Kwame, who I used to work with at the gym, he took me with him because I didn't know he was taking classes. And then I fell in love with it. And then I felt comfortable finally going to classes by myself and going to other schools to try to take other classes. And I didn't even care anymore, because I pushed myself through that uncomfortable zone to just get to do something that I always wanted to do and that I got to enjoy. All right, so let me give you some ideas. You have meetup groups, whether it's for walks, for hiking, for going to a museum, for exploring certain parks. There's stuff like that. There's meetup groups for special interests. Say if you're a woman and you're into crocheting or anything like that, there's meetup groups for that. If you like chess, there's so many things you could look up to go find stuff to do. And that's the hardest part, if anything, is finding where to go to find to do things that you enjoy. Okay, so the other things is music. Whether you love music to listen to dance to, or to play, these are important things. If you love an instrument, whether it's the bansuri flute, the guitar, the bass, the drums, the harmonium, go take some classes. Don't do it online. Go take some classes in person. It's a totally different feel, Go do that. Go learn something where you're around people in an environment with people, not online classes. Try that. It's a totally different thing, okay? If you love dancing, go take some dance classes. If you love music, go see live bands. Try it. Just try it. If you've never done it before, just try these things. Get outside of your comfort zone and go do it and see what the experience is and see how it makes you feel. If you're into fitness, you don't have to just go to the gym. You could go on hikes or with a group of people on hikes. You could go swimming, take swimming classes. You could take dance classes, and you could do martial arts. There's a whole array of martial arts. Of course, I'm biased towards Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but if you want to learn something that's just a spiritual thing that has nothing to do with actually physically touching somebody, any of the Kung Fu martial arts are great for you to do. Tai Chi is something you could do for the rest of your life. And they do that outside in groups. So you could go find a class to take Tai Chi classes. If you like boxing, go do boxing. If you like Muay Thai, find a place to go do that. Now it's readily available. When I was learning it, there's only one place to go. Now there's a million places to go for all this stuff. So if you want to get fit, you go outside, go for a run. Find a group of people, go for a run. Sign up for a race, whether it's a 5K, a half marathon, a triathlon. Any of these things are good to do. You know, there's stuff that's done all year round and throughout the country. Also, if you're into fitness, of course, go to a gym, work out, you know, but if you're going to a gym, make sure you know what you're doing so you don't go there and waste your time. I have a book, Confessions of a Personal Trainer, Fit for Life. It tells you everything you need to know when it comes to exercise science and fitness and gives you a plan and an idea of what to do. So if you want to finally lose weight, get in shape, help with your health, have a better quality of life, sign up and go to a gym. If you don't feel comfortable just working out, go take classes. You have a spin classes, you have even yoga classes, you have total body conditioning, you have sports conditioning classes, you have an array of things, step classes. There's a ton of things you could do at the gym besides working out with the weights and stuff. You could take classes, okay? If you're looking for something that's more peace of mind oriented, I would say Tai Chi. Yoga is a beautiful thing. There's a lot of different styles of yoga. They're all Hatha yoga. But if you're more of a person that needs something more vigorous, then find that type of yoga. If you need something that's more therapeutic, make sure you find that type of yoga. Usually those are the gentle yogas. A Iyengar yoga usually will help with that type of stuff. If you don't know how to swim, go take swimming classes. My friend Peter did that. He didn't know how to swim. Now he loves to swim. He learned how to swim. He took his classes and he goes swimming on a regular basis. If you love art, you could go, they have these things like where you go and sign up for a class where you get to paint and drink wine. If that's your thing, go do that. If you want to learn how to draw, sign up for a class that teaches you that specific style to help you express your creativity. There's so many things you could do besides sitting on your phone. Okay, let me see what else I have. Stuff listed in my book. If you love to read, just go to the library and read. Go sit in the park and read. Get out of your house. You know, these are things that I'm really trying to iterate with this video, is to get out there and be part of society again. When I say that, I mean be around people. We are nature-oriented, we're people-oriented. We're being isolated by yourself with the cell phone or the TV or the computer is very unhealthy for you. And this is why I think mental illness has skyrocketed the last decade, because people just being more and more isolated. Another thing that you could definitely go out and do is volunteer work. Go volunteer. If you believe in something, I'm not talking about being an activist and doing bad stuff. If you believe in something, find an organization that does that. If you want to go help the homeless, feed the homeless, contribute to your neighborhood. Like they just had something, we're giving out backpacks and school supplies for the school year. I was part of that. I had my own thing years ago where I did hats for the homeless, where I bought a ton of hats. I got very little contribution to it, which is okay. But I used to walk around the city years ago and give out hats when it was really cold to the homeless and to veterans, that were not doing so well. So you don't have to be part of an organization. You could see something that needs to be done and you could go do it yourself, or you could be part of an organization and go help. I used to be for years part of the New York City River Fund, right? Where you helped, you could say, the working poor, people that couldn't afford food, where it's a food choice pantry that still exists. So there's so much stuff you could do and go help people, be connected to people. If you're one of those type of people that loves bird watching, go join a bird watching club. Get out before you go out, invest in either binoculars or a camera, and go into nature, take pictures, whatever you love. If it's plants, flowers, birds, any of this stuff, try to figure out something that you know that hits you deep inside, that you love, that you could go contribute to, be a part of, and feel like you have a sense of purpose in this world. You don't have to do anything to change the world, but you have to do something that helps yourself feel fulfilled. And I think right now we're in a place in the world where a lot of people don't feel a sense of purpose or fulfillment because they're just constantly doom scrolling and they're isolated. So go outside, do more things, connect to people. If you love martial arts and you want to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, go take a trial class. Go see how that is. Once you do Jiu-Jitsu, you get so obsessed with it where that will be most of your focus in life if you're at that age where you could actually contribute that much time to it. But all these things are amazing. If you love to bike ride and you haven't in years, rent the bike, see how it feels before you buy a bike. Do a little trial and error to get yourself out there. You know, if you could leave your phone locked up or not look at your phone, or even tell yourself, listen, I'm gonna go out and I'm not gonna look at my phone for 1 hour. Try to give yourself some rules that helps you build your own discipline and see how you feel after. Trust me, once you get off of this thing, I know I'm pointing at my phone, you're gonna feel so different. When you're absorbed into your phone and addicted to your phone, you could see all the stress that it brings, right? Is it really worth it? Not at all. All these people that think they're changing the world, doing their TikTok lives and all these toxic things, they're really not. They're just attracting like-minded people that want to be disconnected from society. Get off your phone, get out of your apartment, go do stuff. If you're in college, go be part of certain clubs, do some athletic stuff. Just get out there and start connecting with people. It's not saying that you have to go partying and stuff like that, but if that's what you want to do, go do it. Like the thing that I've been learning lately is how to play bass. I love reggae, and that's what I'm learning how to do right now. Life never stops until it's over, right? So keep learning, keep doing the things that you love, keep learning, and follow your heart and your passion, and get out there and start being part of the world again. Okay? Get off your phones and go enjoy life. If you could think of a good hashtag, let me know. Hashtag put it down. Hashtag get out, get out there. If you have a good hashtag, let me know, and let's start pushing that as a movement for yourself. Because everybody right now is trying to be so tribal. The whole thing about life is being true to yourself and doing what helps you feel fulfilled in life. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to be a square peg fitting into a round hole. Okay? Be yourself. Find what makes you feel good, and find what makes you connect to people and nature again. And another thing, if you love animals, walk dogs, babysit for people's pets, go volunteer at some type of adoption or animal shelter. There's a million things you could do. Just think about it. I guarantee the answer will come. All right? Take care. God bless. And let me know what your experience is once you finally put your phone down.